We want a man who has genuine standards. We want to feel like we've been thoughtfully selected, not that you're just taking anybody in. When you're clear on those desired traits and deal breakers, you're going to project a completely different vibe when talking to women. You'll automatically become more selective when you start being more selective. And trust me, women are going to pick up on that.
Modern women, like this one, often have high expectations when choosing a partner, which they view as legitimate standards. These standards may include a man who earns 6 figures or more, stands at least 6 feet tall, has 6-pack abs, and is well endowed with a 6-inch or larger size. Many men thoughtfully select a modern woman as a partner, only to find themselves divorced a few years later, left financially and emotionally devastated. These women are aware that family courts often favor them. As a result, the man may lose half of his hard-earned assets, custody of his children, his home, and be required to pay alimony. He is often left trying to rebuild his life, usually broken. Meanwhile, the woman may invite a Chad into the home the man lost. She claims men should be more selective, but what she truly means is that men should serve as beta providers. She will leave him for a Chad until she finds another beta provider to replace him. It is an undeniable fact that women initiate divorce more frequently than men. Numerous studies have confirmed that nearly 80% or more of divorces are initiated by women. Modern women often claim that it's the man's fault and tend to position themselves as victims. Many of these women are seen as manipulative, hypergamous, and impossible to satisfy, seeking to extract as much financial gain as possible from men who are attracted to their femininity. They often feel confined by marriage, citing inequality in domestic duties and labor as a key issue. They argue they are unwilling to tolerate unacceptable behavior from their husbands. On the other hand, men are generally less likely to initiate divorce. Many men feel a strong responsibility to uphold the stability of the family, even if they are dissatisfied in their marriage. Divorce can bring significant financial burdens for men, including the division of assets, alimony, and child support. For fathers, especially those actively involved in their children's lives, staying in an unhappy marriage is often seen as a sacrifice for the sake of their children's stability. This commitment to their role as a father often leads men to delay or avoid pursuing divorce.
You guys know that there's a trend encouraging men to all get passports and travel abroad. It's not just for sights or good food. No. It's to find wives. To find women who are more traditional. They're traveling all across the world just to find women who are more humble, more feminine, and willing to treat their men better than women in the US. Traveling to places like Italy, Thailand, Brazil, just to find women who will treat them right. The passport bros ideology is that they're escaping the hatred of feminist women and are traveling somewhere they can thrive. They believe the ideology that by seeking foreign women, it can find a more authentic, fulfilling, and harmonious relationship. This is seen as a way to restore the natural balance between masculine and feminine energy. This is triggering some women because they think that these men are interested in finding these women. They think they will be more submissive. Not sure if this trend/movement is gonna end or only get worse. What do you guys think?
A growing number of men are seeking love overseas, distancing themselves from modern women. Men feel that excessive feminism and a perceived lack of loyalty have made it difficult to find a compatible partner. Men are looking for foreign women who they believe come from more conservative cultures that prioritize family values and loyalty. They attribute their decision to pursue relationships abroad to modern women's adoption of what they see as unrealistic high standards and attitudes that conflict with their own values. Many of these passport bros feel disconnected from dating modern women, whom they see as being shaped by excessive feminism, materialism, and a lack of genuine commitment. Men are exploring romantic opportunities in regions such as Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, Africa, and Latin America, where they hope to meet women who uphold more traditional values. These women are often raised with a strong emphasis on respect and dedication to family, qualities that many men find highly desirable.
This passport bros phenomenon, if you don't know, passport bro is a black man who's decided that dating black women in America is too hard for him, so he needs to go out of the country and take his business elsewhere because the women here are taking advantage of him and we ain't worth nothing no way. So he's got to go get it elsewhere. It has been absolutely hilarious. You don't have enough money. Is that not hilarious? I also want to point out that, so we were right all along. The problem is not that you don't want to spend money on women. It's that you don't have enough money, which is what we have been saying all along. A hit dog will holler. If I say that when I'm in a relationship, I want a man to spend money on me, I say it in a room full of men, whatever man raises his hand and says that he shouldn't have to do that, or it doesn't make any sense, or it's not fair, open his wallet up. Open it up, and you will see nothing. You'll see nothing in there, because the men who have the money don't have a problem spending the money. Because when a man likes you, I've been saying this for forever because it is true, when a man really likes you and he's serious about you, he's intentional with you, and he is dedicated to being with you, he wants to take care of you. He wants to spend money on you. He wants to provide for you. So again, the issue was not that we want men to provide for us. The issue was not that we want men to spend money on us. The issue was that you didn't have the money, which again, we all already knew. We already knew.
Many modern women are angry and upset about the growing passport bros movement, where men choose to seek meaningful relationships overseas. This woman, for instance, has decided to criticize the choices of these men. The reality is that many men are fed up with women like her, those who are perceived as gold diggers with unrealistic expectations and a sense of entitlement, common among some feminists. It's likely she has a high body count, moving from one Chad to another in search of a so-called high-value man. The passport broses movement is not limited to any one racial group, as this woman claims, but is embraced by men of all backgrounds. Men seek out foreign women to find more genuine, fulfilling, and respectful relationships, often with women who have lower body counts compared to modern Western women. Modern Western women are upset about this trend and have been vocal in their criticism, accusing passport broses of engaging in sex tourism and disrespecting other cultures. They argue that these men look for partners abroad because they can't meet the high financial standards set by Western women, dismissing them as losers. They also often label foreign women as mail-order brides who are only interested in money or securing a green card. Ironically, these same modern women are also focused on a man's financial status, but are quick to judge foreign women for supposedly being interested in the financial stability of passport bros.
List of reasons why I think the passport bros have actually figured it out. Starting off with number one, they're looking for traditional women who value family. Men in other cultures, other countries, put family first above their needs, above anything else. Family is very important. There's nothing wrong with a man who values family and wants to find a partner who also does. Number two, women in other countries are often very feminine. They let the man lead. A man will value a feminine woman. Three, women in other countries are actually very educated. A huge misconception that women in other countries are poor, uneducated. That couldn't be furthest from the truth. Nothing better than having a partner who is equally as intelligent as you are. Number four, these men are seeking women who know how to cook. Cook for the family is one of the most important things. Family dinner time, sitting down together. Let's face it, most men don't want to go eat fast food every day. They want a woman who cooks for them, who takes care of them and the family. Passport bros simply just want a soft, feminine, traditional woman who will cook, who's intelligent. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So, what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced, it said by 2030 or something, 50% of the women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because the men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then two, the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
Recent data from the Pew Research Center shows that 63% of men under 30 are single. Men have become disinterested in dating due to the high standards set by modern women. Additionally, a study predicts that by 2030, more than 50% of women aged 25 to 44 will be single, meaning that a significant number of women in their prime childbearing years will not have male partners. This will lead to a major crisis for the modern women who have embraced strong feminist ideals and movements like #MeToo. Many do not feel the need for the security of marriage and take pride in having a large body count. Their biological clock is ticking and try to find simps they can turn into beta providers.
So can you cook?
Yes, I can cook, I can clean.
Yeah, see, this is why I came to Thailand, to find a traditional woman. See, in the United States, all they do
Oh my God.
is complain.
A lot of the passport bros will be like, women only want you for your money. And then they go get their 90-day fiance on, and she's clearly just with you for your money.
Where you, if I'm working all day, sorry, I maybe don't want to come home and cook for 2 hours to feed you when you get home.
Even when I'm not working all day, I don't want to be home cooking for 2 hours. It's men that talk like this, that act like this, who hate black women.
To be fair, he's also just comparing American women.
Well, he didn't go to Africa. He went to Thailand.
But he said American.
He could have gone to Jamaica too.
It's not like he went to a European country.
Yeah, but you're not ending up in Thailand. You're choosing Thailand.
It's not even about the woman. It's just cheaper in Thailand. You can't get no in America because the eggs is $10.
Unfortunately, we have to attach that to
no,
race.
but they
to be
shouldn't.
fair, though, he was ugly. Sir, you are not fine.
No, he's not.
Modern women strongly dislike the passport broders movement. They want men to remain single and lonely, keeping them as backup options in case they can't secure an alpha male, or after jumping from one Chad to another without finding a high-value man. The rise of the passport bros is seen as a serious threat to their plans to have a beta provider in reserve. These women openly admit they would never do things like cook a meal for their partner after a long day at work. They often come across as entitled and insulting, showing clear disdain for the passport broses. In their view, any man who looks for a partner abroad must be unattractive, likely struggling financially, and overall, a loser.
Passport bros. They're allegedly getting passports and traveling to different countries to find mates, women to marry, who have values that they admire. Well, I'm a mother of 4 sons, and one of my sons married a woman from Spain, and I'm here to tell you she is the most precious person in the world. She's very well educated, she's very elegant, she's very feminine. She knows how to cooperate with my son and not be demanding and entitled and ungrateful for the things that he does for her. Well, women in America have grown so entitled and so demanding that they think they can do anything they want to do and get away with it, treat a man any way they want to treat him, and even denigrate him when they weigh 300 pounds and he wants someone who looks feminine, who behaves feminine, who takes care of herself. I'm going to encourage my other sons who are not married to get a passport.
You see, moms with sons, they get it. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this, of moms kind of silently in private telling their sons, hey, maybe go look for a woman in a different country.
32 passport bros have been found dead in Colombia between January 2023 and October 2023. And that's just in the city of Medellin alone. The number of thefts committed against these foreigners has also increased 200% in the 3rd trimester of 2023. And you know, I don't have a problem with people trying to find love. I do, however, have a problem with men traveling to poorer countries to take advantage of their women. And it seems that the Colombian government and gangs have a problem with this as well. Quoting the mayor of Medellin, anyone who thinks they can come here for tourism, we don't want any of that here. What's not bragged about as much in the passport bro community is that many times these gangs are actually forcing underage girls to sign up for dating profiles to lure these guys in. So these Colombian men are really just Chris Hansening these guys, except with much more serious consequences. So to the passport bros traveling to other countries to have sex with children, or the ones that are just traveling to take advantage of these women, know that those actions are now coming with consequences. And realize that these women are human beings who want to be loved and taken care of and not just treated as submissive slaves. And to the passport bros gonna come at me saying that's not the point of passport bros, how many of you have come home with wives? We all know it's just a cheeky name for tourism.
This woman raises a point that some passport brothers have faced dangers such as being robbed, injured, or even killed while overseas, which is undeniably tragic. However, the number of such incidents is extremely small, yet she exaggerates it to suit her narrative. Her bias becomes clear when she jumps to accuse men seeking love and relationships abroad of exploiting poor women in those countries. She seems to side with criminal elements, implying their violent actions against foreign men are somehow justified. She goes as far as labeling passport brothers as sex and drug tourists. She mentions that 32 American men were killed in Medellin, Colombia, but conveniently ignores the context. Over 1 million Americans visited Medellin during the same period, meaning her statistic represents just 0.003%. Her argument is a clear case of gaslighting. Her claims become even more ridiculous when she insinuates that passport bros are traveling abroad to engage in inappropriate acts with minors. She is clearly distorting facts to undermine the movement.
Guys, let's get our passports, bro. They don't appreciate us here.
It's an opportunity for them to go in search of spouses who they feel are going to be more subservient to them and do what they want, basically some sort of indentured servitude.
It's easier for these men to go overseas, get one of these victims.
A lot of these passport bros are exploiting a power imbalance economically.
Y'all are taking advantage of these women.
If you feel that you need to go to Antarctica to marry a polar bear,
But they're still doing the, oh, we're just going to leave and go to another country and find women. Or you're going to die alone. Good luck dying alone with your cats.
get a polar bear.
Yeah, it is much easier for these passport bros to go to other countries and exploit younger, more impressionable, less educated or uneducated girls living in poverty.
You know why? Because we don't care.
Look, we don't care. We do not care.